mother asking her to pose for a picture with her teacher, Mr. Reyes. Her mother pointing out today that was the last photo ever of her daughter. 1054. This particular photo is another cherished image, but that photo with her teacher, Mr. Reyes. She points out the last photo I'll have with my daughter. 1054 that morning. This committee will hear from the second panel of witnesses shortly, and we will have live coverage of their powerful testimony as well on ABC News Live. I'll be back with the entire team for World News tonight a bit later here on this ABC station. I gave you your name before. We'll see you soon.
Hi, everybody. We are going to get started. Andre and RJ and I, this is CJ, we are in the premier office in Delray Beach. We're going to play you our webinar for our app, and we will be stopping along the way and answering questions, and then also showing a couple of different things that you can do with it. So if anybody has any questions, just pop it in the chat, and when we stop and show you a couple of different things, we will answer your questions as well.
If I go to send geo report, it's gonna take that address that I plugged into HomeLink earlier. If I hadn't added an address, there'd be an add address button up there at the top, but it's gonna pull geo-specific data for me. Now we've got, convenience information from Google, how close that grocery store, how close that gas station, gym, how close they are provided by Google. Nearby schools, not only how close they are, but also their ratings provided by greatschools.org. Restaurants within a 5-mile radius provided by Yelp, internet speeds available to that address, and a walk score and a sound score. So this is, again, just a really powerful piece of content for you to use to market a listing. This gets you to take it a step further. Maybe they've fallen in love with the pictures of the home. Now you get to say, hey, I know you love to cook. That grocery store is less than a mile away. Those schools that you'll be enrolling your children in, they're tremendous schools. Check out the ratings on greatschools.org. And internet speed, being able to show a buyer, a potential buyer, that they're able to get good high-speed internet there, that's something that's truly amazing. This is a little bit of data that only we're able to provide. We've partnered with Broadband Now to be able to bring that to you guys. So really awesome stuff here with the geo reports. If you go into the customize when you're on a geo report down there at the bottom, and you go into property details while on a geo report, you can actually change the information that you're showing. So let me go ahead and plug in an address real quick so that it'll create this geo report for me. But if I wanted to change the schools that it's showing or the nearby convenience features that it's using, I can change all of that. I can change the elementary, middle, and high school here. When I hit that drop down arrow, you can see that it's going to show what schools it's using, but we can actually go in there and choose which information we want to show. So really cool stuff there. And the last thing to note about these geo reports is in the bottom left corner, we've got a templates button. We've got several different styles of those geo reports that you gain access to. Again, it's 99 cents a month, or if you want to pay for the full year, it's $9.99, and you'll be able to access all of this premium content, which the geo reports fall under. So that's the buyer side. Just to give you an example, what's available there for you. Jumping on over to the seller side, this is pretty straightforward. If I plug in a sales price, I'll do 420,000 again. I could adjust the broker fee if I wanted. I'll keep that the same. I could add money for repairs, put in miscellaneous costs like seller's contribution, HOA transfer fee, anything like that. I can plug that into miscellaneous. I'm going to plug in a loan balance right now. We do have a loan balance calculator in the calculators tab, and we've tied it to this loan balance input field with that settings here, because we know when you're out there at your kid's soccer game, working up a quick net sheet for that other kid's parent who's thinking about selling their home, they might not know exactly how much they still owe. They'll know roughly when they started their mortgage, but they don't know exactly how much they owe. Well, I could press on that settings gear and pull up my loan balance calculator and say, hey, let me calculate roughly how much you still owe. Hit compute. It's going to show me a loan balance. I could plug that loan balance right there into my loan balance input field on my net sheet. So really quick feature there that I really love. And I think you'll get a lot of use out of that once you get used to using that. And I can change the closing date, but we've got that defaulted to 2 months out. So I'll go ahead and keep it where it is. I do want to plug in a loan balance though. So I'll plug in that they still owe 160. When I hit compute, I'm going to be able to tell that seller, hey, assuming the sales price of 420, the loan balance that I calculated for you, the prorated taxes owed based on the time of year that we're closing and all those closing costs, you're looking to walk with about 223,000. So there's a really easy way for me to get to this net number when I'm talking with that seller out there in the field. I could edit the closing costs like I showed you earlier on the buyer's side by pressing that detailed closing cost button. I could press that share icon in the top right, send off a great looking report. I could edit my result here if that seller wants to sell they want to walk with a little bit more. I could edit this and say, hey, not a problem. If you're trying to walk with 250, we're actually going to have to sell your house for more like 448 for you to walk with 250. So we've got that editability of your results. We've got the blue bar at the top of the screen that shows you additional result screens that you can swipe over to. On the holding costs on the right side, That's not as relevant for now with the market being so hot, but when it cools down, this is a great way for you to talk that unrealistic seller down to a more realistic listing price by addressing how much that house is costing them while it's sitting on the market. You know, if they want to list it too high and it sits on the market, they're going to incur costs while that house is sitting on the market. So that's a really cool calculator once the market cools down. But more relevant to what's going on right now in our industry is the multiple offer tool on the left side. You can compare several offers with this. We used to have a limit of 12 on that, but we've removed that limit just because we're in such a hot seller's market. So you can go in here and create a multiple offer comparison, comparing as many offers as you'd like. We've had people sending in 25 offers on this. And so really cool stuff there. You can add all the differentiating metrics, you know, earnest money, home warranty, contingencies, different things like that. You can edit your closing costs for your offers. And I like adding a star. There's a star icon in the top left corner, so you can actually star an offer. You know, maybe I'm building out a offer comparison with 8 different offers. Well, my seller was looking for the one with the earliest close date. Well, if I press that star, when I send this over to them, I can say, hey, I know that close date was really important to you, so I went ahead and starred the offer that had the earliest close date. So really cool feature there for highlighting one of the offers. Any additional offers would be added with that blue add offer button down there at the bottom. And again, once you go in there and add several of those offers, there will be a share icon in the top right that you can use to send over a great report, a great looking report with that information. So that is the seller tab. Just jumping over and talking about the calculators. I can circle back and go through these with you guys if we have time, but I do want to spend a majority of the time talking about that premium tab just because we've added so much in that section of the app for you. But I do want to mention a few things about these calculators. One, everything aside from the 2 iBuyer calculators up at the top, those require a subscription to premium. But all the other calculators in this calculators tab is being provided to you guys by Charles and the rest of the JK closing team for free. So, you know, they see a lot of value in these tools and want to help you with your business. And so they're the ones providing this to you. And so let them know how appreciative you are. Let them know one day that, you know, this is really helping you with your business, because everything in the buyer, seller, and calculators tab, aside from adding your photo and logo to your account, those geo reports that I showed you earlier, and those 2 iBuyer calculators up here at the top of the calculators tab, everything else in these first 3 tabs is being provided to you guys for free by them. So definitely wanted to mention that before we jump into premium. Now, again, I want to spend time talking about that premium section just because we made a lot of enhancements to that recently. For those of you who don't know, the premium section of the app is an optional subscription. It costs 99 cents a month, or if you want to pay for the full year, it's $9.99. And for that, you're going to get the ability to add your photo and logo to your account. You're going to gain access to those geo reports that I was showing you earlier. You'll unlock those 2 iBuyer calculators up there at the top of our calculators tab, and then we'll unlock this premium tab down there in the bottom right. When you click on the premium tab, you've got your premium subscription content here. Now, the way this is broken up is first we've got the featured cards up there at the top, and those are gonna market and highlight and spotlight videos or pieces of content that are relevant. This library of content has thousands of pieces of content available to you. Sometimes that can get overwhelming. And so what we wanted to do is create a featured card section where we can highlight pieces of content that are relevant. For example, this infographic shown, the second one here, this is 6 tips to win in a hot seller's market. You know, this is great information that's relevant for now because there's so little inventory, and sellers are really reaping the benefits of a seller's market. Well, we want to educate our buyers on what that means and how to win in that type of situation. And so we created an infographic to help you with that. Now, another thing that I want to mention about these featured cards up here at the top is, yeah, we do have a campaign that we pushed out today about using a green screen effect. Recently, we did a social media webinar, and the social media expert, she mentioned the green screen effect. And so we had a lot of people reaching out, asking for a tutorial video how do we use this green screen effect. And so we created a green screen tutorial video there that you can be accessed by pressing that first featured card. But the next 4 you'll see are labeled as monthly marketing package. So one thing we started back in March is we started this monthly marketing package where we're going to select 4 pieces of content that are relevant for that month. And so at the beginning of April, we released our April marketing package, and you'll see that we picked out a 8.5 by 11 normal printout infographic. That's 6 tips to win in a hot sellers market infographic that I showed you. We've got a personalized video that's really cool. It shows a scenario and what that same house would look like if you waited to buy it next year. So really cool personalized video that talks about this appreciation that we've seen and what to expect from the experts for next year. We've got another infographic that educates about the seller's market that we're in and kind of illustrates that, hey, when there's less inventory, it's a seller's market. More inventory, it's a buyer's market. So we've got an infographic that helps you illustrate and educate consumers about that. And then we also spotlighted our April filters. We've got some spring filters available to you guys that are great for taking pictures. I'll explain a little bit further what those filters are when I get down to the content types. But we've got a ton of spring filters that were released in this April marketing package. Past that, you'll see that we've got other pieces of content that, again, we're just trying to spotlight for you and highlight. So that's how that featured card section works up there at the top. I definitely urge you to, when you open up your app and go onto the premium section, check out what we've got listed there. That's where you'll see tutorial videos and new content promoted. Now, in regards to the types of content that you get, that'll be found below where it says, what do you want to post? And we have 4 categories: infographics, filters, personalized videos, and lead gen calculators. First, I want to start with the infographics. Now, infographics are flyers that illustrate certain trends and statistics and concepts to the consumer. So for example, inventory is low right now. We all understand that. We're in the industry. We know what that means. However, the everyday consumer, that homeowner out there, they don't know what low inventory necessarily means for them. They don't know that it means it's a great time to sell your home because there's less homes out there being sold. So buyers are competing for them, raising the prices of these homes. So the normal everyday consumer doesn't necessarily understand that. And so we try to bridge that communication gap with these flyers that you can show them to illustrate that concept to them in a more understandable, digestible way. Now, what's special about our infographics is that if they address a scenario, they show a home price on there, they talk about rent, anything like that, they're actually dynamic. So you can customize the numbers that are shown on that piece of content. So that's really cool with our infographics. Let me dive in and show you. First, you'll see that we've got 8.5 by 11 ones here on your premium home screen. But if you press that see all button right there, you'll actually see that we've got different categories. We've got standard, and then we'll find social media versions below. So what we've done is we've taken some of these popular infographics and we've broken them up into pieces that are better posted to social media platforms. So we've got standard, which is the 8.5 by 11, but you'll see we've got Facebook posts, which are squares, Instagram story, those rectangles, Instagram post and Facebook story loaded in here. And at first glance, they might look similar, but you'll see that on the Instagram post ones, for example, they're going to have little swipe indicators because content, multiple images, when they're posted on Instagram, you can actually swipe through them. So if we look at the Facebook version of that, it's not going to have that swipe aspect to it because that's not how the content works for that platform. So that's just an example of how we've optimized some of these pieces of content for the various platforms. Now, just to give you an example, let me run through and show you one of these pieces. Let's go to this 6 tips to win in a hot sellers market. This is a really powerful piece of content right now. It's really popular right now. But if I click on that, you're going to see it's going to create a preview for it. Actually, let me go ahead and step back because I want to explain what this pop-up is. So when I go back, I want to point out that on your screen that we were just on, if you see this little indicator right here, that means that this is a set. So for example, if we look up at the is now the right time to buy standard version, it's one piece. Well, we've got it's now the right time to buy Facebook post version, but it's multiple pieces. We've taken this infographic and broken it into multiple pieces. And so if you see this little indicator in the top right corner of a piece of content, that's going to mean that it's a set. It's a multi-part infographic. So let me go ahead and now I can jump back into that 6 tips to win Facebook post, but you'll see up there in the top right corner, it says 1 of 7. So this piece here has 7 pieces to it. This is a 7-piece set. And once we see an example, we can swipe through and see the 7 pieces that are included in this set. And the last piece, this is really cool for our social media versions. We're actually going to brand it for you. Depending on how we set up the end card on these, it'll pull your photo, your logo, your contact information, and automatically populate that on this end piece of this content. I'll also want to point out that we've got call to actions on here as well. The like and the share button are here, but that's only going to work for Facebook post. If we were to share to Instagram, it's going to have a different set of call to action buttons. So we've actually, again, optimized the content for the various platforms. Now, when it comes time to share, you press that share button at the bottom. And this is really important. So I want to really make sure you guys understand this. If I press Facebook right here, it's only going to share the one image that we're looking at. Facebook and Instagram only let you transfer one image from a different app to their app. And so if we choose Facebook right here, it's only going to share the one image. If I'm trying to share the entire set, all 7 images, I'll need to press Save All. Save All is going to save that to my camera roll. And now I can open up Facebook and create a post where I select those 7 images. So if you're trying to share the entire set, that's something I want you guys to remember. Now, this piece was not dynamic. It didn't address any numbers, so it just had a share button back down there at the bottom. But let me go ahead and press back, and I'm going to choose another piece and show you what it looks like when I talk about these being dynamic. I'll choose this stop renting one. This one addresses our rent versus buy scenario. And so instead of having that share button at the bottom, you'll see it says continue. That's because we've got an added step to this piece. We've got to dial the numbers in for our market specifically. You'll see if you swipe through the preview that this one's going to address a rent scenario and how that rent is going to increase in 5 years. But it's using a 2316 rent. Maybe that's too high or too low for my area and my clients. If I swipe to the next screen, it's going to show that it's using a $305,000 house price. Well, if I'm working with that renter who's looking at $200,000 homes, then I need this infographic to work for that client specifically. And so that's where I say if they address a scenario, they're dynamic. When I press that continue button down there at the bottom, it's going to take me into the calculator that corresponds with this infographic. So this one's going to take me into the rent versus buy calculator. And now I can plug in a current rent and a home price that works for my client or my market specifically. And when I hit compute, it's going to recalculate all the numbers on this set of infographic, set of graphics, and make them adjusted to the scenario that I plugged in. So that's how the infographics work and that dynamic aspect of them. So some really cool content there. We're always uploading new content in there. So definitely keep your eye out for infographics. Definitely some fun stuff there. The next category is filters. Filters, as that first image shows, is a way for us to dress up our photos, whether we're taking a picture of that beautiful new listing that we're trying to market, or we're taking that selfie, we're taking pictures of those clients standing in front of their new house, taking pictures of those coworkers having fun at the office. We've got ways to dress up our photos here. Now, when I press that see all button, you'll see that it's going to take you to a screen where, one, you've got categories. So if I scroll up and down, it's going to show those additional categories for me. So we've got the new ones. Seasonal is where you'll find all those fun social media and national holidays. We had all the Easter ones loaded in there. What else did we have recently? We had April Fool's Day. as well. We had Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day. So just an example, we go through all the different holidays and create these frames and filters for you to use to take a photo with a fun frame around it. Closing, if you're trying to take a picture of those buyers after closing, another happy client, sold over list price, different things like that. Listing, if you're trying to market that listing, beautiful kitchen, big backyard, oversized lot. Different things like that will be found in the listing category. Open house, if you're trying to market that open house, whether it's digitally or in person, we've got available for virtual showings and open house today, different things like that. And then the hashtag realtor life is.
Okay, everyone, we are going to show you a couple more things right now. RJ is going to share his screen and show you how to set up your profile in the app, and then we'll start answering any of your guys' questions. The webinar that we have available if you want to continue watching it, but we wanted to show you the most important parts, the calculators, the premium version of the app, and now we want to show you how that works in practice. Okay, here is RJ. As soon as I can get the screen shared. Sorry. Video Zoom meetings live. All right, here you are. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, so over here, we're looking at the profile. I'm gonna show you guys how to set it up real quick. Obviously on the phone and on the app is a little different than this version, but I can come. Can you hear? Can you hear now?
I can hear, but
I'll check now. Can you say something? Hello. Echoes? Okay. Okay, we'll try to fix the echo. Hang on.
Oh, you know what? Here, it's the one here.
Turn that.
Yeah, turn that. Yeah, you can turn it
Okay.
this
How
way.
about now? Hello.
Go ahead one more time.
Hello.
Can you hear it? All right, that should be. No echo?
No echo? Echo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see here, we good? Okay. All right, apologies, guys. Here we go. As you can see here, we have the JK logo here, and we have a profile picture. So this is very important, especially when you want to post up on Instagram and Facebook. It just looks way more professional. I'm gonna also show you guys my Instagram page so you can see how it looks on the bottom, and then make sure that your guys' profile looks very professional as well. So obviously you put your first name, your company info, the address. I put my email here, put our website. I'm not a realtor, but the realtors here have this option of the license. So if you click on this, sorry, the mouse is little.
Yeah, a little slow. What is the app? What is the app?
it's on
The app?
Agent One.
I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link. So I'll help you download everything for you on your phone personally. Yeah, it gets a little complicated. No worries. So here you have realtors. You have option of putting your license, NMS number, license number, whatever whatever you prefer. This mouse is acting up a little bit. Okay, so let me go here. Okay, let's go to the premium button. RJ, every month they come out with a new package. Yes. Right?
Yes, and each month they come out with different filters. Like they just had, like this month is National Home Ownership Month, so they give you different filters. I love filters, as you can see. I'm gonna show you guys my page as well, so you can get different ideas of how it's gonna look. So let's go to my page real quick on my Instagram page. Okay, we're gonna go here. Let's go to my profile. Okay, so this is obviously this is me and my brothers, the 18. Um, as you can see, I love the filters. Um, so you're able to, with the app, you're able to take pictures, use the filters, and it's going to give you the option of downloading everything. It's really easy. You can save it. You can download it on your Facebook, Instagram, email. It just gives you a whole bunch of options. I would love to show you how to do it, but this mouse is a little tricky, so I apologize for that. Let me just show you different stuff. This is the geo report, which I love. I think it's a great feature. Let me click on this real quick. As you can see, all of my information is over here. So you have the JK logo, you have the address, our address, and I put my name here, email, stuff like that. So the geo report is a great tool. As you can see, you can put the address that you're showing, or the different address that, let's say you have a property, and you're gonna type in the address. It's gonna give you what's around the neighborhood, like schools nearby, 0.4 miles away. This one is 1.7 miles away. Convenience, and you could also edit all these options. It has the gas. The gas is 1 mile away. Starbucks is here. Is sorry, I can't see it. A mile away, whatever it is. Entertainment, food, groceries, parks and recreation. So it tells you also the walking score. Like if you want to go walking around the neighborhood, it gives you a 54. The sound score, like if there's a lot of noise there in that neighborhood, like for this one is a 76.
So this type of stuff, this geo report, we have listing agents that will create the geo report for their property that they're listing, and then they'll share that on Facebook or Instagram so that prospective buyers can see that. And then they'll also print out flyers with the geo report. So if they're doing an open house, they can hand it out, and it's free marketing material that you guys can use without having to hire somebody to develop the actual flyer for you or anything. And this is just one version of a geo report. There's multiple versions that you can use, different colors. You can customize a lot of these different things. So depending on how in-depth you want to get with the app, there's a lot of different things you can do. If you just want to use the calculators and give cash to close or seller net sheets and just use that, then that's fine. You can just use that. But there's this whole premium version that allows you to do specific things like this, to be able to create all these social media posts, but then also use them in hard and print out hard copies too.
Yes. As you can see here, I went to the app, and there's an option where you can click on the. I'll show you guys. Unfortunately, this mouse is not working too good. Yeah, but you could click. Yeah, you click on the hashtag, you copy it, and it you just paste it, and it provides all the hashtags for you. Because I know when I do the hashtags, before I was there like an hour trying to find them, and it was just crazy. It also gives you a little phrase of what you want to write. But sometimes if I don't like what it says, I edit it myself. Like I add my own little wording to it.
Here, I'll just pull it up for you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I apologize. The mouse is not too good.
Oh, is that, yeah. So here's the hashtags here.
Yeah, there are the hashtags there. So you can copy all of those hashtags, and then post it, and then just paste it, and then it'll automatically put all the information in for you. So it's a great tool. It'll save you time as well. Lots of time, especially with the hashtags.
See how this one doesn't have the option for Instagram because it's not specifically built for Instagram.
So you
Obviously,
you'd have to copy and paste.
hashtags on it. So obviously with the app on the phone, it's a little bit more friendly user than this one. But I can go individually and show you guys little tips on how to set up your profile, how to post everything. I post videos, and also gives you the option of posting like stories and infographics. Like on the bottom, it'll say post it on story, or if you want to post it on your page. So it gives you different options of how you want to do it, or you can do both.
Let's show them a video. So
Yeah,
they
that's
also have
They
videos.
have great videos too.
And then Roni, your question was, do you copy and paste? Here, there's a button to copy. It'll copy the entire description
Yeah, it'll copy
and
everything there.
the hashtags. And then so you're pasting it on wherever you're going to post it.
And we did have that course for Facebook, Instagram. So I believe if you paste it or if you post it on Facebook, you can, if you link it up, and Desiree knows how to do that. You can link it up to your Instagram.
Yes.
So you only have to post it one place. So
Yes.
you don't have to post it on Facebook. You just share it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So that way you wouldn't have to go to Instagram then go to Facebook.
Yeah, make sure you the personal page is linked to your Facebook page. I have a business account, so it's a little different. If you make a business account, it's not going to link it to your personal Facebook page. So it's a little bit, it has little details that is a little different than just a personal page.
And so this is what it would look like. And then you paste in the hashtags there like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you don't like what they said, sometimes I edit it myself. I put like, I put my own little wording to it if you want. It's just a suggestion for you.
And then you see, even with the videos at the end, it will brand
Yes,
the
at the
video.
end.
So the end of the video has all
Has
of
your
contact
information here, and like different videos, or also the infographics at the end where you swipe and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the end it will say please contact me or whatever the case may be. They have different options and different settings.
One other thing too, for people that have YouTube channels, you can download the videos that are here and then you can upload them to YouTube as well. So there's not a share to YouTube function, but to get around that, you can just download the video and then upload it to YouTube. RJ, is there anything else you wanted to show them?
Maybe I can show them a little bit more on my page to see if I can, another example maybe. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let me get out of there. Okay, so this is an infograph here, which it gives you updates on the market, and then you can post them. They have so many different options of infographics. Like this is, like you will have to type the amount, and then it just gives you like different options, conventional FHA, and then as obviously you can see here that all your information is down here too. So if they need to contact you, it is there as well. You can scroll down like that. Oh, let me show. Can you click on this one for me? All right. So also the great feature that the app has, it gives you an option in Spanish and in English. So for this one, I did both. I put a Spanish one, and then if you click on this little arrow here, it'll go to the English one. But it's the same information. So that's a great option for you guys to have as well.
And it's not just Spanish. There's
I think they have
100
different
languages in there.
different languages as well. But obviously, if you have Spanish clients, I'm just showing you guys like different options that the app has. Canadian, yeah. Let me see if I have anything else. It's another infograph there, just so you can show them different infographics. This is another infograph here that I posted, just so you can keep your clients updated on what's going on with the market. This is just a projection. I did this one too here. So it's a great marketing tool as well for you guys.
Yeah, and depending on what the market is like you heard in the video, Mike from Palm Agent was talking about how it's a seller's market. He recorded that a couple of months ago, and we've been in the seller's market for almost 18 months, maybe 2 years now. We're starting to see more inventory come back on. It's still a seller's market, but at some point it's going to become a buyer's market. So the content that's coming out in the app is catered towards the type of market that it is, and there's all different things that you can use to try to craft your story to the client. Whether you're going to try to get a listing, you can start telling them, hey, it's a seller's market right now. Prices are high. There's a lot of buyers that are searching. Now is the right time to sell. Versus if you're talking to a buyer, even though it's a seller's market, you're giving them the same story, but crafted towards the buyer, saying, hey, you need to try to make a lot of different offers. You need to try to get under contract. It's better to buy now than it's going to be in the future because rents are going to continue escalating, prices are going to continue escalating, interest rates are going to continue escalating. So that's why you need to buy now. So you guys as realtors, you're always trying to get sellers to sell now and buyers to buy now. And you can utilize all the different content that's in there to convey that message to them, regardless of what the market is like. So, don't be afraid, like, if this seller's market turns into a buyer's market, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be any listings. You're still going to be able to convince sellers to list. They're still going to have equity in their homes. The prices are not necessarily going to just plummet immediately, especially living in Florida. But there's, with the monthly content that comes out, all of these things, it's not going to be stale content. It's going to be content that's useful, and evergreen, really, because they keep coming out with new material. And again, I can't stress enough that the premium version is only $9.99 a year. We don't get any of that money. It goes to the creators of the app. Otherwise it would be a RESPA violation if we got paid for it. But
yes, 99 cents a month.
No, 99 cents a month. Yeah. You can't get content developed for you for any individual piece of content like this is going to cost you more than $10. So it's an unbelievable tool that you guys can use.
Also, I want to show you guys this filters for pictures. Like I use this filter here, and it gives you the option of putting your logo here in the corner. So once you post your picture, I'm gonna show you guys individually with that. It gives you an option on the bottom where you click logo. It'll pop up here in the middle, and then you can move it around. Like if you want to put it here, 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 you want to make it smaller. There's another, you see, it was another filter, so I used 2 filters. And then this one, I made it a little bit smaller, I think. So just to give you guys an idea of what you can do when you post your pictures with the filters.
And they have monthly themes for filters too. So
yeah, every month new ones come out.
For instance, if there's a holiday, like Memorial Day.
Yeah, like Memorial Day, yes.
They have Memorial Day themed pictures and things like that too.
Oh yeah, you can show them this one. Like I posted this one for Memorial Day, right? And it says our office will be closed. And then this one already came with the logo, so you don't have to add it. But if you click on here, it says have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and then it tells you, give a post a like, and it'll put the arrow to like.
And we're showing you all of this stuff on a laptop right now, but everything can be done from your phone.
Yes.
And then when you save your estimates and things like that, you can use them on different workspaces. So whether you're on your phone or your laptop, if you save an estimate for a client and you're doing it on your phone, you can go to your computer after that and open up the estimate and continue working on it. So it's integrated for different.
Yeah, once you do a net sheet, it automatically saves all your net sheets and in the file, and then you can just go back to it and make edit changes if you want.
You have anything there?
Yes, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's an estimate that was being worked on previously.
I should have one. Maybe it's downloading. Oh no, went to the seller.
Yeah, so that's a seller net sheet that was saved in there. So if you were going to change the purchase price, you could just save that for that client. You could have the address typed in here, and it'll pull the taxes and it'll pull all of that information. So if you're working on getting a listing and the client's asking you to change the list price that you want to go for, you can create a net sheet for them on the spot to tell them, okay, well, if you list for 350, this is what your projected net is. If you sell it for 350, if you are selling it for 370, here's what your projected
Also,
net
the
is.
broker fee, I know some people, you can change it, because I know sometimes you do 2.5 or 2.0, depending on the circumstance. You could also, it gives you the option of changing
Yeah.
the fee right there too.
Premier $4.95 transaction fee.
Yeah.
You can add the $4.95 transaction fee to the miscellaneous section,
Correct.
and then you can save it for all future estimates, so that you don't need to add it into every estimate that you do. Okay.
We also had an example the other day of somebody just wanted to net on his deal 170, so you could do that as well, and then he just wanted to net
CJ,
170,
go
right?
ahead, edit. So how many times does you go to a listing, so you have a seller, and they have an unrealistic idea of what they're gonna net, right? This person, let's just say they wanted to net 370. You will type in that number right there. You hit done, and it does all the calculations for you guys right there.
Yeah, based on that
Listen, we're
number.
not saying that they're gonna net that, but listen, the reality is, everybody seller side, they think they can get anything that
I
they
think you
want
can
for their
scroll down.
property.
See here, it changed the purchase price to
Yeah.
401,000.
right? So it's a great tool. It sets you guys apart from other agents that don't have this tool. Like CJ said, listen, we're here to help you guys get more listings, get more business. You guys get more business, we get more business. So it's a team effort. So if you guys want to set up individual appointments with RJ to kind of go through a couple of runs with your phone,
Yeah, I can help you do net sheets, like practice the net sheets.
yeah, I mean,
do
we're
your
here to help you
profile.
guys. Whatever you guys need, just contact us. We'll make an individual appointment, so that way you guys get permitted. It's all repetition. The more you use it, the more you find out about this app.
One thing I just want to comment on too is up in the top left
Yes,
here and on
yes.
your app, there is a spot for different counties. So for instance, if you have the seller in Broward,
That was
it's,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
I
have,
have-
me choose
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wouldn't let me
right,
switch
right.
it.
No,
if-
yeah.
yeah,
We have
if
that
you are
option.
if you have the seller in Broward, it's going to put title on the buyer side because it's Broward. And then let's say the seller's paying for some reason, you can switch that over when you're editing it. But if, let's say you're up in Martin County or St. Lucie, we have those counties available as well.
Yeah, that's a
So
great
you
option.
can choose the different counties. And the biggest thing for you guys is going to be the difference between Palm Beach and Broward and Miami for title. Because if the seller's paying for title, their net is going to be significantly different than if they're not paying for title insurance.
Is there a way to do that in the app though?
Yes,
Yeah.
if you're on the
Top.
very top. So this is what it looks like on the computer, but if you're in the app, it's in the middle of the app on the top. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then,
It's a little bit different in the phone versus
The phone is much easier.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to do it here with the mouse.
also, whether you're on the app or you're on the computer, if you click on your menu button, there's a lot of different options here. There are also tutorials. So there are many videos about different sections in the app too. So if you're, want to learn even more about it, there are tutorial videos. There's also a get help button. If you are having a problem with the app, whether it keeps freezing on you or closing, or you can't figure out how to add something that you want to add in, and it should be there, like the HOA fee, you should be able to put that there so you can figure out the prorations. You can click on the get help button and it gives you a message to be able to send, or you can chat. And then I believe if you're on your mobile device, it'll have a phone number that you can call too. So there's a lot of different things. And then obviously you can always call us if you have any questions about anything. So does anybody at home have any questions? Because we're going to turn off the Zoom in a couple minutes here. So if anybody has any questions at home, chime in, put it in the chat. We'll be available if you want to ask any questions, obviously in Slack or, whenever you pop in and speak to any of us. Anybody have any questions here? Okay, RJ's going to help whoever doesn't have it downloaded, download it. And then if you have any questions about anything specifically, then we'll go over it with you.
Yeah, and if anybody's at home, you didn't make it today, definitely just, shoot us a message, shoot us a text message, call us, and we'll set up an individual appointment. Again, a great tool for you guys to have access to all this information. I mean, $9.99. I mean, you guys probably, we all spend more in a day coffee a few times a day at Starbucks than $9.99 a year. So guys, whatever you guys need, JK team is here available for you guys to make a difference when you guys go see your listings, your buyers.
Quick question. You're setting up your account, does it matter who you set it up under? Like person one?
Great questions. We do have some options when you download the app for the first time. You might have a few of the reps from our office there. I think Charles, you're there?
Yeah.
Okay, Charles, you got RJ, myself. However, I think for training purposes, RJ will be the best point of contact because basically he is more familiar with the app. He's using it on a daily basis. As you can see, all his filters. So yeah, select RJ and we'll be able to help you out. Any questions you guys need, any assistance with the app.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
I know.